Okay, so I'm just cutting in about 1.5 inches from the edge. I know you probably can't see that with my serrated knife. Don't cut all the way through to the bottom of the cake. Okay, so I'm just cutting down a little bit, just right about 1 inch. You see that all right? Everyone see that okay? Okay. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start scraping it out. In case you're wondering what this hole is, there's a core, a heating core that goes in the middle of this pan. And again, you can do this in layers. You don't have to do, you know, one giant cake. You can use a, there you go. Oh, I know, you're just waiting for it, aren't you? So, it's very moist. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just carving down, cutting down. And obviously, if this were a layered cake, I could actually cut all the way through, not the bottom tier, but the middle tier. If I had another tier, I could cut through it. And you know, I might just do that just for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going down. Now, you don't want to go down to the, you know, all the way through. You want cake on the bottom to hold the candy in. So I went down probably a good inch, I'd say. I mean, I can feel where the bottom is, so I think I'm down far enough. Okay, and there's my mark. So I know where my mark is here, right? And I actually want to cut this in the same depth. The same perimeter. Now remember, it gets smaller as it comes up, so make sure you leave cake around the outside here. You know, normally I just scrape that right into the sink. You can make cake pops out of this, you know.
Sure.
Just so you know, or cake truffles or whatever you want to call them. But I'm just scraping this out just so you can see the seam I cut with my serrated knife. So you can see I left an edge here. Hopefully you can see that. And like I said, if you want, you can actually cut another layer here. Don't forget to mark it. Another layer here, and you just hollow it out, just make a ring. It's going to be a ring of cake, and you just lift it on. Use a board if you need to, if you're afraid of the cake falling apart. Just use a piece of cardboard, put the cake on the cardboard after you cut it out. So now you have a ring of cake, and just take the cardboard, lift it up, and just scrape it right on. That's how I do all my big cakes. You know, if you tort and fill a cake, that's how I do it. So I'm going to cut this a little bit more. And the reason we cut this is because I'm actually going to mound the candy up so it goes all the way through the cake. And again, you don't want to go all the way to the top because you want cake on the top, although you probably could. You could probably make a hole in the middle and the top.
Kind of like a volcano.
This one has a hole in the middle because of the heating core.
Yeah.
I could probably stuff a few candies down that. But the idea is for it to be, you know, surrounded by cake. Candy surrounded by cake. Who thought this up?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get all the crumbs out of here, and you can actually crumb ice that if you're worried about crumbs falling in your candy. I don't care. I'm going to have crumbs in my candy, and I don't care. But if you're worried about it, you can put some crumb icing in that so the crumbs don't fall on it. God, what a mess. I told you we were making a mess today. Okay, so now comes the fun part. We got to put the candy in. Woo-hoo. God. Sorry, I'm getting sugar overload just doing this. I'm gonna actually put a little frosting on this so I can glue the halves together.
Oh, good.
Before I get too high. Okay, and now we're just gonna start mounding the candy up, and you want to mound it as high as you can. You should see these guys. Everybody is eating. Okay, so mound it up nice and as high as you can get it. The Skittles were a little easier. They had a little more surface tension on them. Whoops.
Oh, yeah. So let me get this straight. You can actually put any kind of candy you want?
You can, yeah. So you can put,
no way.
So you can put like the little mini Snickers bars and stuff in them, you know, in the wrappers. Yeah. So you can put wrapped candy in here too. You can put, you know, anything like that.
So even if it's already pre-wrapped, like individually wrapped.
Yeah. So you can do that too. Okay. So where's my mark? Where's my mark on here? Here it is. Okay, so there's my mark where they fit back together again. Get over there. Okay, and you just pop it back on.
I know you're just going over this real fast because you think it's no big deal. That mark is genius. I'm just saying, it's genius.
You know, I didn't make that up.
I know, but
I've been doing it for years, though.
I know, but it's so smart.
Because I don't cut straight.
Yeah, that's good. Neither do I.
And, you know, I mean, I did, you know, I figured that out myself, but I'm not the one that came up with it. I just started doing it. And I noticed other people
It's genius.
after that realized other people did it. And went, you know I didn't come up with it.
Great idea.
But what, you know, you gotta fit the two halves back together again. And then if you want, see, I got a little hole here. I could actually stuff some down the hole there.
Funny.